So I want to go check it out. I knew it was going to be a special night because as soon as I walked in the building, I seen the baddest chick I ever seen in my life. She had to be about 45.
It's indeed a pleasure to come before you today. I'm Dr. W. Smith, the host of Happy Hour Talk. And we want you to take this opportunity to just join us at Happy Hour for some cocktail and talk about happy things. We really want you to be a part of the show. If you're on one of the networks, we have a few technical difficulties coming out of New York. They're working on it right now. So normally the call-in number is 347-857-4192. Press 1. I'll make sure I get you on the line by identifying the last 4 digits of your cell or your telephone number. Then ask for your location. Then you can chat with Dr. Lawrence D. Smith as we talk about happy conversation. And we thank you for taking time. Then on the web link, if you want to check us out, go to www.blogtalkradio.com/WVSW Internet Talk Radio. We're being broadcast on 6 different devices today, and we thank you for taking time and being a part of it. You can check us out on Big O Live, along with TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube television. And if you want to check us out on Big O Live, along with TikTok, as well as Facebook, you just go to DRL Alberto Smith. Then if you want to check us out on Instagram. I didn't say that one. Instagram. On Instagram, that's Z Squad Greenbow 1981. We're partners with the Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma chapter in Greenville, Alabama. So we want to be able to get the word out through their Instagram account, as well as YouTube television. You can go to the Smithway Enterprise 5018. Subscribe. We need you to go on subscribe so we can build up our subscription, and then we can move forth and have an awesome time. We have some great people joining us, and from time to time, we thank each and every one of you. Now, all the time, we want to thank each and every one of you all for being a part of it. We're going to give you a chance to hear your name and a shout out as we move forth with our promo to get this information out. WVSW Radio, the internet station, we're number one, have listeners and watchers in 43 countries and on 6 continents. Say that again, 43 countries and on 6 continents. We thank each and every one of you all for taking time, because each one of these networks bring in new listeners, and we're so glad to have each and every one of you being a part, or bring back our old listeners or our ones that's regular. We thank you for taking part in what we're trying to do here. We also want to let you know about how you can register for WVSW Radio, smith15@gmail.com, and what we're raffling off, and next week will be a big week. We're going to be raffling off trips to Atlanta, hotel stays along at Orlando. I also asked for Las Vegas, and the sponsor said he's going to work to make sure we have it, but we will be giving back to you. But you need to register, and you can register again at LorenzaDSmith15@gmail.com. We, like I said, when we're giving away hotel stays, varies from 3 nights to 4 days, or 5 nights to 6 days. We'll take care of the cost in a luxury hotel. You'll just pay your amenities and make sure you pay your activation fee and whatever tax comes along with it. But you also take care of your food and your travel there. So we're going to take care of the hotel if your name is part of the raffle, which we'll be doing next week at one of those hotel sites in one of those states, which is could be possibly Las Vegas, could be possibly Orlando, or in Atlanta. So we're really excited about coming to you. Now, we also want you, when you send your name, to send a means of transaction as a part of the raffle. What we like to do is we like to give love offerings. We'll send $20, $25, $30, $40, $50, or we'll send a food voucher, gas voucher, movie pass. We'll send to you if you're the winner in the raffle or not. You may not be the winner. We still want to make a point that we get something to you to thank you for being a part of what we're trying to do here. So we thank you so much for being a part of it. Now, those means of transactions are Cash App or PayPal or Venmo or Zelle to LorenzaDSmith15@gmail.com. So do that. Let's get your name so we can put you in a raffle, but send along one of those means of transaction. We also want you to sow a seed of $1. Sow a seed of $1 with WVSW Radio at Cash App, $LorenzaDSmith, Lorenza D. Smith. Send that dollar, sow a seed with us. They go toward purchasing the books. We also raffle off purchasing some of the novelty items that we have. It'll go toward the gas card, the gas voucher, along with the food voucher, the movie passes. That will just help what we're doing here. We're going to give a shout out to, is this Malachi? Kia, thank you so much for being a part of. Give a shout out to Diva KDW. Thank you so much, Diva, for joining us. Miss Bush, EDS, a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And we're excited to have her here. Thank you so much. Then we have Bingo W 2023 joining us. Thank you so much, Bingo, for taking the time to be here. Give a shout out to Williams. Thank you so much for being here as well and being a part of it. We got several people joining us that's on YouTube television, and we thank you as subscribers. Thank you so much. We have also listed on TikTok. We have Christopher. Thank you so much. Along with is that Cam? Thank you, Cam, for taking time to be a part. Is Lenny? Thank you so much for joining us. And encourage your friends to join us. If you have somebody you know they're on TikTok, tell them where you are. Let them know what's going on. We have Marba. Thank you so much. We have Dark. Thank you so much. Along with Deldrun, Garrett, Charmaine Castle. Thank you so much. We have, as it looked like, Hattie Williams. Thank you for taking time to be a part of this. Tennis Shoes Pimp. Thank you. Tennis Shoe Pimp. Thank you so much. Tanya Lee. Thank you for taking time. We have Bertha. Thank you. Darnell. Thank you for joining us. We have Gabriel Gordon. We have a user. Thank you so much. We also have Floyd Price. Thank you, along with another user, Danny Bishop. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to be a part of what we're trying. Denise Pazan, thank you so much. And also Judy, thank you for taking time. Again, Darlene Jordan, thank you for taking time. Nayaz 8, thank you. Nayaz B, thank you so much. We have Satin Winds. Thank you so much for joining. We have more joining at this time. Thank you so much. We have Scorpio. Thank you for taking time. We have one of the ID that's 87-167-4042. That's their ID. And then we also have Vicky. Thank you, Vicky, for joining. It's exciting to come before you because we have an awesome title for tonight's show. And we're doing a follow-up on a show we did the other day. We didn't want to make part two. We just kind of focus on one of the particular areas. And the title of tonight's show is, when is it time to give up on relationships? When is it time to give up on relationship? So it's one of the things that we don't look at. We just think that we can just throw a hat out there on a relationship to the point of just let go being in a relationship. We have to look at, are we relationship fit? Are we relationship fit? And I want you to take time to think about that for a minute. What do you mean about relationship fit? Is that simple? Are you fit for a relationship? You just think just because you are available, you can automatically be in a relationship. Yes, you have to choose a person that you want to be in a relationship with, but also that person also have to make an effort as well. But you need to come to them fit. A lot of times we're not fit. See, we have our well-beings are the key to our fitness. And I want you to keep that in mind. Our well-beings that we operate in life is the key to being relationship fit. First of all, are you physically healthy? You can't be in a relationship if you're not physically healthy. That means taking care of yourself, going to the doctor, doing all those things you need to do to make sure you are fit to be in a relationship. You focus on looking at your BMI, focus on your weight. You got your fitness goal, making sure you look up to par. And you have to make sure you're physically fit. See, we sit around and say, no, you don't have to. But truly, there's something to that to put you into a relationship, because we're going to talk about, when we're talking about genders and what genders are looking for from each other at the beginning stage, which is the lust stage, the appetizer, or the social stage. When you start looking, identify, are you relationship fit? Physically, or mentally. See, are you in the area of mental wellness? Are you able to function at a level that allows you to be able to be intellectual, being able to communicate, being able to do things that you can make sure you can operate in a relationship? We are not guaranteed a relationship. We're not guaranteed beyond a relationship or marriage. If you definitely not relationship fit, if you are not well enough, wellness play a major role. We just mentioned about physical. We talk about mental. Then the one that gets everybody, because we stumble around and assume it's just something that goes around with certain people. And that's emotionally fit. Are you emotionally well? And you sit up and say, yes, I am. But some of the keys to being emotionally intelligent, emotionally stabilized, is that you understand what is emotion and what falls in the emotion category. See, some of us operate based on feelings. It is nothing but an emotion. See, when you get caught up in everything is operating by feeling, are you fit to be in a relationship? Because if you operate on feelings, your feelings easily damaged or easily hurt, because you're not stable enough to deal with it. So you have to work on maturing emotionally. So you have to make sure your IQ is at a level that you are stable, so you can function in a relationship. The next thing is spiritually. See, people don't realize that your spirituality plays into your relationship as well. Sometimes there's in some religion faith that they believe that only within their faith they can be dating and even married. Your spirituality meaning that if you say you're a Christian, you must be a practicing Christian. We're not talking about going to church on Sunday or Saturday. And then next time you practice what you learn or experience or what you read within our scriptures on the next Sunday. You have to practice every day. So are you spiritually well? Ask yourself that. The next one that's so important to see whether your relationship fit is finance. One of the big challenges in all relationships, even marriage, is finance. Finance plays a role. Some people don't think it plays a role, but it does play a role. Are you financially fit to be in a relationship? Are you financially fit? I'm not saying you got to make six figures. I'm not saying you got to make $1 million. I'm not saying you got to make the medium range of $40-some thousand for a male, and it's less than that for a female, black female. It's different for a Caucasian individual. But the truth of the matter, are you financially fit, meaning that you understand financial literacy? Do you understand savings? Are you stable in budgeting? Are you stable on a job? See, stability financially means a lot to a relationship, so a relationship can be successful. Are you fit to be in a relationship? We want to give a shout out to our first sponsor. It's always good to get this group, give them a shout out because they're truly awesome. And I think there's the head man, the man that's in charge, which is William Scott. That's TriStat LLC. It's the consulting firm that meets your needs. They do research. They can administrate a grant for you and help you put yourself in a position so you can write that necessary report at the end of the grant, so you may secure a grant for the next grant period. You can give Mr. William Scott a call, or you can go to Facebook. On Facebook, type in William Scott and let him know that you are interested in TriStat LLC. What can you all do for us? Or he'll say, what do you need? And he'll work with you. His contact number is 334-320, I think it's 5834. Thank you so much. But we're going to make sure we get back. It's 334-320-5438. That's it. We want to make sure we get that out. So Mr. William Scott can help you at TriStat LLC. Yeah, excuse me if I'm kind of getting these numbers because I have a lot of numbers I try to keep in my head. But normally we have this already up. The promo is up and rolling. So we'll just excuse it on the on the mind and not on the heart tonight, because we're going to make it do what it do, because we're waiting on the network out of New York. That's what we're housed out of New York to bring to you live through Blog Talk Radio, and we can make sure we get it. Let's look at when you know it's time to let go of a relationship. We just talked about you being relationship fit. We're talking about, are you wanting to be in a relationship? That's one of the things I always tell my the interns that I work with. I always ask them, do you want to do this? Do you want to be in this field? Are you ready to be committed? See, you can't go into a relationship if you're not fit to be in a relationship. Being committed, being able to be an effective communicator. That includes open communication. Being able to compromise. Able to solve conflict. Are you loyal? Are you devoted, dedicated? Are you consistent? See, these are all part of being relationship fit. As we move forward, when you see you are not, either you don't get into that relationship, or if you it's time to get out of the relationship. See, when you'll know when it's time to let go of a relationship. There's no talking about the future or putting any future goals together. It's time to let go. Are you relationship fit? Because that's one of the things you want to make sure you talk about in the tiers of a relationship. And you say in the stages or tiers, however you want to call it. First of all, you got an associate tier or stage when you first meet someone called a stage of lust. And then after that, if you want to go a little further, you go to what we call the acquaintance stage. That's when you start talking about why you're there for a relationship. Again, you ask yourself, when it's time to give up on a relationship, when you don't come to a relationship with any kind of intentions. You leave your intentions at home, it's time to give up on a relationship, because all of you going to be mastering is a casual part of today's modern day hookup. That's all you're trying to get. And you have to be honest with people. That makes you not fit, because you're not ready to go longer than a short term. And that short term could be that night, could be weeks. Are you fit? Are the future you see line up? And you have that discussion in the associate stage, which is that stage that allows you to find out more about that person that you have interest in. See, you get a tingle in the lust stage or the social stage, so you want to find out more. But in that acquaintance stage, that is the time to start asking some questions. It is time to say, okay, what do you want? What are you looking for? And you'll tell them, they may say, what do you want? Your first thing you say, I am intentional about dating or being in a relationship. So first of all, if you're not intentionally dating or intentionally looking for a relationship, you're not fit. That's because you already recognize, if you're intentional, that means you know you're fit enough to be in a relationship. So you have to get in your mind, it's time to let go of not even going to a relationship. See, when you're not even talking about in that acquaintance stage about what is the intent brings about what we call a favorable outcome. That's the future. Favorable outcome is the future. You can talk about setting goals. See, a relationship is when you should let go or you're not fit, is when the relationship is one-sided. See, when we're talking about your needs, are your needs taken care of? You notice I didn't say your wants, it's your needs. We want a lot, but are your needs taken care of or taken in account? That's why when you're intentional, you find out if that person is intentional. That's your acquaintance stage. As we go through the Love Cafe, we call that stage associated with the menu. You have the starter and appetizer, which is your lust and your social stage. You have now your acquaintance stage and your friendship stage. That is the entree. Able to communicate and share some things. Now you see that person has been an intelligent person and an intellectual person. If you're intelligent and intellectual, you are fit, along with the other well-being. See, your intelligent and intellectual part is your mental aspects or your mental well-being. So are your needs being taken in account? The next thing that's important to determine, well, it's time to let go or not even get into that relationship after you and you have met in the social state, is that you and your partner are using unhealthy avoidance and coping mechanism, such as alcohol. You don't want to be, they're not fit to be in a relationship whether they're a social drinker or they have a substance abuse. They need to get that fixed first. Get the alcohol and the substance abuse in order so you can function at a level that allows you to be successful. The next thing, when you see these avoidance and coping, unhealthy avoidance and coping mechanism, is stonewalling. If you're talking with somebody in the acquaintance stage and they give you a lot of word salad, simple question that requires a yes or no, but they're going to talk all the way around the world when they're talking to you. See, a lot of people have a tendency to do that so you won't think about what you ask. Now they're testing your emotions. Give a shout out to my cousin, thank you, Justin Sofa Smith, thank you. Justin, thank you so much. And I saw that Mike, your brother, had a birthday. Tell him happy birthday. All right? Tell him happy birthday. And truly thank you for joining us, Justin. Thank you so much. See, when you're dealing with people who are not able to communicate or poor communicators, they're not fit for a relationship. See, they fit to have fun. They fit to go do things with, but they're not fit for something long term. They want to give you a lot of word salad. They want to continue to talk about everything but what you need to talk about. So they begin to kind of stonewall you, trying to work around you instead of working with you. See, relationship fitness requires you to cooperate. It requires you to be agreeable with each other. It requires you to be friendly. See, it requires those things so the relationship can move forward. It is not one-sided. It is not your way or the highway. That is not whether you're fit for a relationship and whether you need to continue on with that relationship. You're going to let that relationship go. And the next thing that's so important when you know it's time to let that relationship go, you already know that there's some things in there you're tinkering with that are relationship, unfitness. They don't have time for you anymore. See, it's time to let that relationship go. Let's give a shout out to our next sponsor, L&T Starworth Lawn Service, LLC, the manicure experts in South Central Alabama. You can give Mr. Tony Starworth a call. Not only do they manicure your lawn, they also remove logs and trash off your property, clean your property up. You can give, as I said, Mr. Anthony Starworth. You can go to Facebook, type in Anthony Starworth. It'll populate the information, and he'll be available by direct messaging him to let him know that you are interested in his doing some lawn service for you, cleaning off some land for you. Or you can give him a call at 334-300-7401. That's Mr. Anthony Starworth, L&T Starworth Lawn Service, LLC. Thank you so much, Mr. Starworth, with your support. As we move forward, we want to kind of look at another topic that's so important. How do you know when it's time to give up on a relationship? Remember our title tonight. When is it time to give up on a relationship? When is it time to give up on relationship? I just mentioned a major thing, and a lot of things for relationship fitness. You need to check and see whether you're a relationship fit. You got it? You know, it ain't about how many degrees you have. See, that don't play. It allows you to put yourself in a better position to communicate because you would have some training to do that. It'll put you in a better position to financially do something, but that doesn't make you fit to be in a relationship. You have to recognize it's time to give up on a relationship. You see you're not successful, you're not clicking, you're not in the right place. Let's keep it in mind. And I'm going to talk about Black America. You know, we have 1 out of 4 Black females who marry in their life. The marriage rate in the Black community, in the Black culture, is 26%. Up until 1965, it was 86%. It's now 26%. So that means 3 out of 4 will not get married. Run some more numbers by you. BlackDemographic.com, that's where my stats coming from. Black stats by Black people come from the U.S. Census, the Labor Department. We have to keep in mind that these stats are real. Give a shout out to Sharon Presley, who's joining us, as well as GS. Thank you for taking time. Nancy Gray, thank you for joining us. I want to give a shout out. What I got to say, Chance Naya, thank you so much for joining us. We have several people that's joining us. We're going to give all of them a shout out. We come back. Grady, thank you for taking time. You have to remember these numbers are saying what's going on in our community. We cannot sustain this as a culture with only 20% of our people married. We can have all the fear in the world and what happened to grandma, uncle. Some people divorced 1 or 2 times. One time it wasn't a great thing. But we have to realize to keep this culture going for the good of this culture, we have to come together and be able to have families. We have to have families. And as we talk about numbers, we have to understand that it's over 2 million more Black females than Black males. Everybody's not going to get married, and everybody's not going to be in a relationship because it's impossible. If it's one-on-one, it's fine, but you still have 2 million more out there that will not. That's why you have to make yourself fit to be in a relationship. You have to do the things that is needed to be in a successful relationship. You have to truly find out, you might tell people what you want, but do you know the person you have an interest or thinking about being in a relationship, what they want? The first thing is if you should hear this come out of their mouth if this is your intention. Are you in this intentionally to get a favorable outcome? That comes from the beginning. It doesn't happen after you spend 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years with somebody waiting to hear them say what favorable outcome you looking for. What was your intent? Don't come back and say, I thought that's what they wanted. You have to ask the question in that acquaintance stage. It's in that time of attraction to find out what they want. What are they looking for? Yes, we're in a time where that may not be important because we're more involved and interested in casual situationships. But our culture cannot survive on casual and situationships. Can't. Now, this is serious talk right here. You got to understand that. It cannot. Black American, African American, culture cannot survive on casual hookup and situationships. We have to be intentional. We have to understand whether we're fit to be in relationships so we can have a favorable outcome. If you get to the point, we already know 2 million black females more than black males. That means everybody don't have no one-on-one. That means some people are not going to get in that opportunity. So you have to ask yourself, when is it time to give up on a relationship? When is it time? And you have to know when it's time. And this is how you truly, truly know it's time. If you feel anxious, sad, or angry more often than you feel joyful and positive. See, that's clear right there. You're anxious, you're sad, you're angry. You're not relationship fit if you're angry. Because you got to take that anger out on someone. See, anger is a what? Emotion. You have to learn to handle your emotions. You have to be stable emotionally. Your emotional and IQ should be mature. And if you're angry, sad, anxious, more often than enjoying joy and positive, you need to seek counseling. Get some help so that makes you possibly address that part to make you fit for a relationship. See, it may be time to let your relationship go when those things are happening. It's time to let go if you have not healed emotionally. It's time to let go. Because all you're going to do is inflict pain on somebody else. I always say I never want to be in a relationship when I ain't going to be the one that's experiencing collateral damage. I'm the collateral damage because of the person that may take you through stuff, mistreated you. You want to get back to them, but I'm in your future and I'm dealing with it being the collateral damage. You have to heal. See, you have to let go, heal yourself, and understand that I may not be fit for a relationship until I become a healed person. See, relationships are reflective. If you keep ending up with someone that is toxic, because you know what? It's reflective. It's amazing how some people say everybody I pick is toxic. That's because you know what? You're toxic. You need to heal. See, once you get the healing to be the best version of yourself, then you have a tendency now to be in the place with people who are healed, people who are ready for relationship, people who are fit for relationship, people who are intentional. But if you walk around and mulling around because you never seek the support and the counselor and the therapist, the therapy to make you a better person, you never heal. You still gonna be waddling around and blaming everybody else because your relationship skills are toxic. That's the bottom line. You have to work to make the change because you deserve the best. And everybody you meet can't be your worst. See, there's been some good individuals in your life. But because you was not healthy, you inflict your misery on them, and then said they were the problem. No, you're the problem. You got to let go. You have to give up until you can heal. We talk about how people know when it's time to let go. We just mentioned when you are sad and angry and anxious, you're never joyful. Everything is negative. See, you need to find a relationship where joy is in it. You ask most individuals, and they say, what do you want out of this relationship? I want to enjoy peace, joy, and love. See, you're not fit because you're not in a position to even experience peace. Because you are chaotic. You may not think you are, but we never think something wrong with us. But look at our results. Are you the one that need to give up on being in relationships? It gets me when people be talking about, well, I a lot going on in my mind, I'm multitasking my mind and everything. No, your mind is chaotic. There's too many things going on. You need to come on, focus on one thing at a time. Sorry, people don't want to hear that, but yes, that's chaotic when all these things going on in your mind. And you have not doing one thing or have done one thing to get to the position where you can feel comfortable with yourself. Self is important. Understand your worth. Understand love. Your esteem. All of that is self if you want to be successful. See, when we're talking about letting go, we just mentioned that your well-beings are the major key when we talked earlier about mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, finance, social. Those are your well-beings you need to be able to focus on. But we also have to look at what puts you in a position of things that are happening around you that tells you it's time to give up on a relationship. You can wait too long, meaning that you want to do everything else and then you want to make the priority of a relationship or a favorite outcome the last thing once you get what you want. That might be too late. It might be time to give it up. When we talk about how relationships, you recognize things happen to tell you to give up on relationship, you have to be able to watch people action. See, observe people action and observe your own action. If you're around somebody that is emotional detached, it could happen because of hurt, humiliation, and abuse. You notice everybody will want to put abuse. See, abuse comes in many forms. You could be emotionally abused. You could be physical abuse. You could be mentally abused. You could be financially abused. You could be spiritual abuse. And you could be socially abused. It's different forms of abuse. But what you want to do is make sure you understand that if I'm having challenges emotionally, don't ever let me get detached. Emotional detachment. And there are several indicators that start happening at the end of a relationship, or even before you get into a relationship, you know what's going on. That tells you don't get into that relationship. And one of them will be you both stop trying. I want a relationship, but I'm not trying to have a relationship. It's time to give up. There's no emotional or physical connection. If there's no physical connection, there's no emotional connection, it's time to give up. There's no sense of intimacy, and that's not always sexual. There's a difference between sexual and physical intimacy. You need to make sure you work all the small things we call of intimacy, like being able to touch, being able to hug, being able to kiss, being able to hold hands, being able to be the protector that you're supposed to be, being able to be the one that want to be able to cooperate and be agreeable, be friendly. These are ways of showing your intimacy. It's not always sexual. And too many times we're getting caught up thinking that you just stop trying. It's time to go. It's time to pack up. It's time to leave. You may have different goals in life. That's why you have your discussion in the acquaintance stage. Now you say, what are the other stages? You only talk about two. I talk about associate. That is your lust. Your acquaintance is your attraction, which includes your attraction includes friendship. That's another stage. When I said friendly, how you can't be a person that's not friendly and expect to have a friendship. The next stage after friendship is romantic. Then after that is that life commitment for a lifetime. Those are the stages that you work through in a relationship. Being intentional to all part of it, you will be successful. You don't have to give up on a relationship or even marriage. The numbers are dismal, but you don't have to give up. No matter what you're seeing, even in your family where it didn't work out, that don't mean it won't work out for you. Make sure you recognize when it's time to give up. You haven't put the work in. We want to give a shout out to Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace, the best soap and perfume scents in Central Alabama. You can give Miss Jennifer Jackson a call, 1N Jennifer, at 251-369-1344. Or go to Facebook, type in Jennifer Jackson or Charlie Angel. Type that in, it'll populate her information. It'll also give you a way to hook up with Soap Gems from Jackson and Grace, and you can check out some of the items that she have. They just came up with a new beard oil. Check it out. I tell you, it is smooth. It smooth your beard down. I know I used it, so it's available for you. But go to Facebook, type in Jennifer Jackson or Charlie Angel, and you can DM Ms. Jackson, and you can share your thoughts with her, what you're looking for. As we talk about understanding when it's time, and when you know when it's time to give up, we just talked about different goals. First of all, is there love, respect, along with genuine desire to make things better. See, that's one of the things. I just said something that's very powerful. I want you to think about. Is there love? See, you can't set love as love there if you don't know what love is. Love is, what love does. Check out the Love Cafe. It's aired on the second and fourth Thursday, rotated sometime with happy hour. And on the Love Cafe, we talk about what love is and what love does. Do you know? What's your definition? How do you see it? What is love to you? We broke it down in acronym, starting with the L, the O, the V, and the E. And it all came together. Once you understand what love is and what love does, it incorporates respect. It incorporates a genuine desire to be with that person or make things better. It makes it where your relationship is worth saving. Love is empowerment. See, love gives you empowerment, give you power. I give you empowerment, not to control someone, but to control your own actions. Because love is an inner self, not an outer self. It's worth saving your relationship when you know there's love, respect, and a genuine desire to make things better, where they're worth saving. The next key thing when you know it's time to leave a relationship, it's time to go, it is communication. See, communication is key. See, if you can talk openly and work through issues together, there's hope. But if the problems are deeper or deeply rooted, meaning that you got some deep rooted problems that are going on in that relationship or going on the connection you have, then it doesn't make a difference what you try to do. It's time to move on. It's time. No question. Don't spend your time in essence wasting your time. We give a shout out to Wanda. Thank you, Wanda, for taking time to be a part of this. M. Franklin, 1204. Thank you so much. You have Bip. Thank you so much for joining us, Bip. We have Everett Jones. Thank you. We have a user. We have Wilmer Blackman. Thank you, Wilmer Black. Thank you so much for taking time to be a part. Rose, thank you. And these are some people that are regular. Thank you so much for being with us, supporting what we're doing. LaFay, thank you so much for taking time. LaFay says hi. Hello, LaFay. Chris Horter, thank you. Chris Horter, thank you so much. C, thank you. C is joining us. We also have Seth Harrison Jones. Remember, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Thank you so much. He said, "Go mob, Frank. Go mob to you, my brother, too. Go make it do. Make something happen." That's what we all about. Going out to manage all business. Go mob. That's what it's all about. We're going to make it do what it do on WVSW Radio, the internet station. We're excited to be here before you. You can join us on Facebook, along with Big O Live, TikTok. And the handles for that is Dr. L.D. Alberto Smith. Instagram, where we're partnering with the brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma Chapter of Greenville, Alabama. That's Z Squad Greenville, 1981. Thank you, brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity. And then we have on YouTube. We're really excited about YouTube because that's the Smithway Enterprises 5018. Be a subscriber on there. Thank you for taking time just to give a shout out, my brother. Thank you so much. That's Seth Harrison Jones. We have Green, and that look like Green Girl 48. Thank you, Green Girl 48. Then we have Vex, T-Vote. Thank you so much. User Billy C. Give a shout out to Billy. Thank you, Billy. Helen White. Thank you for taking time. Bud. We have Lisa Sims. Thank you. Natalie Brown, thank you for joining us. Short_edit, thank you so much. And he says hi. Thank you so much for taking time. PP, thank you so much. Grady Redden, thank you for taking time, Grady. We have Joe underscore the underscore. It said JLo underscore the underscore chick. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking. We have Tanisha Bridge. Thank you so much. Shorty Red. Thank you. Oscar King. Big Dog here tonight. Thank you, Big Dog, for joining us. Leon Harris. I'm giving a shout out to most of them because I didn't get a chance to give them a shout out earlier. We have Sino B460, Verge Bennett. Thank you, Verge. Thank you so much for taking time. To Key, thank you. Tika, thank you so much. I'm sorry. Sam Todd, thank you. Edna West, thank you. Copper Girl, thank you so much for being a Copper Girl. We have Daniel Dan, thank you so. Vontaris Urban Homestead, thank you. Freddie Morris, thank you so much for being a part of it. We have Adrena, thank you. Larry Ward, Diamond Boy, thank you. Eugene, thank you so much. Dome, thank you so much. Shirley, thank you. Phil Florenza, thank you so much. Villa Forenza, thank you. User Gene N.S., thank you. Shelly, thank you so much. This is Nuggets, thank you so much. Wizard Charles, thank you. Christopher, thank you. Thank each and every one of y'all for joining us. It's important that we share with you. So as we move forward, we ask the question, when is it time to give up on a relationship? First of all, if you're not a relationship fit, and that's your well-being falls under, the communication falls under that. When you're not able to be consistent in what you're doing, when you're not committed, when you really don't have the ability to love someone else because you can't love yourself. You know, you're toxic with yourself, so you're toxic with others. So you shouldn't be in a relationship. It's time to give up. The older you get, doesn't get any better unless you use the resources to correct some of the behavior and some of the actions that you have. So it's time to give up. You basically says that when some of the problems you have are so deep rooted, there's no effort from both sides. It is time to consider giving up or moving on. And that's our focus tonight. When is it time to give up on a relationship? Some of us may not never have a long-lasting relationship. It is not possible. As I gave you the stats, blackdemographic.com, and it says there's more than 2 million more black females than black males. It's not a one-on-one situation. It may be time to give up. And if you choose a direction where you got to pull on, you're going to be giving up because time don't wait for anyone. So time don't wait for no one or anyone. Time keep moving. And you try to make it, and when you get to your age, you want to look around and say, okay, I hit the wall. And the wall normally when you get to your 40s. You hit the wall. It's time to give up a relationship. Some people, there's always somebody out there that's impossible. Think about it. There's 2 million black females more than black males, but it's more than 5 to 6 million females to males in this country. So where is it? Where are you going to find one? Meaning a male. It is more than 5 to 6 million of all females, no matter what race you are. It's just no one is out there. You need to make sure your relationship fit. It's your choice. Your outcome is based on you. Things like emotional detachment. I talked about communication. And talk about the goals, having different goals. Lack the ability to be fit to be in a relationship, your well-being. I can talk about that. So let's look at some of the signs, and I want to quickly go through some of the signs. I won't be too in-depth on talking about those signs. I'm just to give it to you. One of the signs that it's time to move on is there's always something wrong with them. They can't spend time because something wrong with it. Or they come to you, it's almost like a pity party. This is going on with me. This happened with me. I need this. It's all about what they need. It's truly what they want because it ain't what they need. Because we can provide whatever we need to provide for ourselves when we want to. There's always something with them. The next thing, and this is a general part of life, people who like to communicate, mean run their mouth, gossiping like about people. See, they spend time gossiping about the people a lot of times they don't like, or people they do like. See, you have to be careful who you tell your secrets to. If you have a secret you don't want nobody to know, you better take it to the grave. Because there's somebody going to want to gossip about you when they get upset with you. See, gossiping is not sending love or healing to another person. Most often when someone constantly gossiping, they're trying to cover up their insecurity. See, people quick to use that word because someone said, well, they don't trust you. Well, you're insecure. But see, they're going to spread things and constantly spread things about you that may not be right. Even if it's right, they're so insecure. They want to be ahead of the game. They don't want to be left behind. I was listening to a justice talk show today, where one of the justice shows, one of the judge shared with the young lady because the young lady had just won in a contest and her friend was suing her for $500. Even though she gave her $3,000, she wanted an additional $500 because they gave her a sitting fee and she thought she should get that as well. But the judge told her, said, it's always going to be someone out there that don't want to see you grow. They're going to say some things about you that might not be right. They like the gospel because they think they have the upper hand on you. You have to be careful. Watch those people because they are so insecure about who they are. And when they gossip about you, they only hamper their own personal growth. Because the truth of the matter, they're out there gossiping about you, trying to be bad because they're not able to handle their own personal issues. They can't confront their issues. They lack self-confidence and self-perception. Next thing, every person or every relationship, you'll say, a person in a relationship, need to have balance. See, we need balance when it comes to our inner relationship. It's not a one-sided situation in a relationship. You do it my way, or feel my wrath. That's want to be in control. The next thing is the ultimate victim card. Blaming everybody else for the reason where you are and why you're not successful. See, in a relationship, you are marriage, you blame the other partner because you're the one talking and speaking. You're the victim. Now let's get their side. They always say there's two sides to a story, then that is truth in the middle. If you already listen to the person, especially as either a male or female, you're sitting here listening to that person tell their story, but you know there's another side to that story. They may, he was so abusive, he was so this right here, but they never talk about how they may have not been physically abused, but they was emotionally abusive. They was emotionally abusive. And that lasts a long time. People don't realize when you're emotionally abusive, it is time stamped on someone's brain that you were abusive to. It could be damaging to others. The last one I think is so important is when you run into these are signs that you need to move on from your relationship. is what we call energy vampires. See, they thrive off energy of other people because they are operating on a very low frequency. You getting the pat on the back, but they want to jump in and make sure they get an opportunity. Let's move forward because we have to look at our time because we have another show at 7:30 tonight. We're really excited about that show. That is the Minister Shannon show, and this show focus on all issues, what particular areas it may be, whether it be religion, it may relate to church, it may relate to the community, it may relate to relationship. But that's at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. That's Minister Shannon show. We're glad to have her back in the ball game, and she's doing her show on the fourth Thursday at 7:30. We're glad to have her here. So thank you so much, Minister Shannon, for being here tonight. And we'll be kicking off on that show on each one of these same networks at 7:30 p.m. And hopefully we can have our broadcast center out of New York up and running so we can get it up. Let's quickly look at, is it okay to give up on finding a mate for a relationship? It is okay. It is okay. See, if you feel overly stressed finding your perfect match, and that's correct there. See, no one is perfect. We all have faults. We are imperfect people who do perfect things at time to time. So if you're having a challenge or you're overly stressed and finding that imperfect person, you may decide to step back, give up on finding if it's love you're looking for, and focus on other areas of life that might also benefit you in your love life. That's when you have to take a step back. Stepping back is a good thing. Stepping away from a active search for love might allow you to focus on your love for yourself, self-love. That's what it allows you to do. Give a shout out to our next sponsor, Mary Ruth's Restaurant in Georgiana, Alabama. The best Southern food in South Central Alabama. If you want to visit their restaurant located at 261 Highway 106 West, Georgiana, Alabama, give Mr. Marvin Smith and Miss Katrina Roper Smith, but I'll say Brother Marvin Lala Smith and Sarah Katrina Roper Smith. Remember the blue and white family. Give them a call, and the number to contact them is 334-549-0950. Find out what the menu is for today. Check them out. See what's going on. Because truly, they offer a great opportunity to have some Southern food for Southern people. Or go to Facebook. You can type in Marvin Smith. Here I have his menu posted. I actually have pictures of what he's cooking today and all that, and what he's preparing for the day and what's on the menu today. Then you also have Katrina Roper Smith on Facebook as well. She gives you the time. They're normally doing breakfast, then they up to about 10, then they get a break, then they come back at lunch at 11, and 11 to 4, then have a break in there for getting ready for dinner, and they'll be there some nights until 9 o'clock. Check them out. That is Mary Ruth's Restaurant in Georgiana, Alabama. As we move forward, we want to say, do poor relationship skills determine whether you should? You got to check this out now. I'm telling you, determine whether you should just give up on relationships. Do poor relationship skills determine whether you should give up on finding a healthy relationship? And I say yes, because understand, if you don't really care about you or the relationship, You don't care about yourself, so you're not going to care about the relationship. And genuine interest in a relationship, it's time to give up. The lack of compassion. Is that you? The lack of compassion. See, we need to have empathy and kindness to other individuals. Poor communicator. If you lack the ability to listen actively, communicating effectively, and self-advocating, it's time to give up. That's a poor skill for success in a relationship, especially a healthy relationship. You are unable to commit. That's making and maintaining trust. Last but not least, your partner is predictable or immature. It's time to give up on a relationship. You actually answer the question, when is it time to give up on a relationship? Sometime before you even start. If you're not able to be an effective communicator, or you're not able to commit because you have a fear, because there is a fear for some people because of failed relationships or past relationships. There's a fear. Fear to commit, fear you're going to fail, fear that person's going to run out on you. Those kind of fears don't allow you to have a successful, healthy relationship. And as we get ready to close, I'm going to say to you, to address the title directly, when is it time to give up on a relationship? When the relationship is no longer healthy or become very toxic. Letting go of bad relationship can be complicated. That's because the end of the relationship, in some way, like experiencing death. That's why people can't let go. They make statements that we prefer not to hear people do, but do. I can't live without you. If I can't have you, nobody else can. That's like they're already saying they're at the death stage and they will create things for other people. That is not right. We have to realize some relationships just won't work because you're not fit to be in a relationship. Both of you might not be fit. See? That leads you to the stages of relationship when you need to realize we're at the end. We're at the end of the show. Denial is a phase. See, in our heart, we're denying that this no longer will work. When we are there, it's a struggle. See, in our head, when we deny, we can easily walk away. But that's why I said, blame it on my what? On my head, not my heart. So when you're at that stage, you're in denial, especially if it's in our heart, it's hard to let go. Because you fear losing that person. The next one is anger. And this is one when people become crazy, psycho. They become hateful. They start sending emails. They start doing so many things that are so negative and so dangerous. And if you try to bargain with those people, it goes hand in hand with denial. That's another one, bargaining and denial. Don't bargain with them. See, when you try to look at all possible ways to make the relationship work through negotiation, threats, and or magic. Some people think they can flip it on and flip it off. It's very Escobar. Thank you so much for joining us. Man, I said it right, but thank you for joining us. And you can always break it down in syllables and send it to me. Thank you so much, my sister, for joining me. Thank you for taking time. Also, the last is 2 focus areas coming up, and then one is acceptance. See, you got to accept this phase that it's over with. See, you got to make peace with the loss. It might not happen suddenly, but gradually you must make peace if you want peace. And the one that a lot of us have to deal with when we lose that person in a relationship is depression. And that will be truly the last one, depression. See, depression is like anger. And it surfaces in many different forms. You're feeling tired all the time, not wanting or to do anything but lay in the bed, feeling disconnected from people, even though you're with them, being on the verge of crying or being on the verge of tears most of the time. It's a depression because the relationship did not work out. Trouble sleeping or sleeping too much. Loss of an appetite or overeating. Increasing drugs or alcohol use. And the biggest one that lets us know it's time to let go and let us know that we're not fit to be in a relationship when we come. You have no hope. I don't have any hope to have a healthy relationship. Now it's time to give up. It was awesome coming before you tonight, but we're running into our closing time. I want to thank each and every one of you all for joining us. I want to give a shout out to several people who have joined us at the lateness of the hours. Thank you so much. And I've shouted out many of them, but I'm going to try to go back and get some of them that's at the end. Let's keep rolling. We have Fantasia Moore. Thank you, Fantasia, for being a part of it. We'll give a shout. Did I give a shout out to Sharon Presley? I want to make sure I did because she's been there a minute. Thank you, Sharon. She's one of my former students down at McKenzie. Thank you so much, Sharon, for being here supporting us. We have MQ Brother Service. MQ Brother Service. Thank you so much. You can advertise here, MQ. Just send us some information. We'll make sure we run your ad here. Chris Wilson. Thank you so much, Chris. We have Kenny Yah. Thank you so much. Timothy Henson. Julius W.M. Ronald. Thank you so much. Verla, is that Verla Preston. Thank you so much. We also have Sifa Mint. Thank you, Sifa Mint. Joanne, Michael Randall, Gabriel. Thank you, Moore. Thank you so much. Seaball. Thank you so much. There's Frederick. Thank you so much. A Real Woman. Thank you. Dagger and Rose Silversmith. Thank you so much. Those individuals join us. Thank each and every one of y'all for being a part of it tonight. It's been awesome. Well, check us out. We'll be back at 7:30. We have an awesome show planned. That is the Minister Shannon show, and they're focused on all issues. Minister Shannon will be the host of the show, and we'll be joining you. We'll be back here at 7:30 tonight. If you're in the Central Time Zone, 8:30 on the Eastern Time Zone. It was awesome. I want to tell each and every one of y'all, I love you all, and hopefully you was able to recognize some things and tell you it's time to give up on relationship. And we always had it. The other topic was added to it. Other word was marriage, because you're not looking for that. It's what you want and the work you're willing to put in. So thank you so much for supporting us on WVSW Radio, the internet station. We're number one, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Big Old Live. We got YouTube television. We have all of those stations that operation, and we thank you so much for being a part of it. It's been awesome. God is good. All the time, he's good. We thank you so much. Have an awesome rest of the night. But we will see you at 7:30. We want you to join us back because we'll be live again, and we'll be with WVSW Radio, the internet station. We're number one. We said we love you from our heart. But as we get ready to close out, see, God has blessed us one more time to have the ability to really enjoy what he has given to us. He has given us so much. We need to be talking about it. And that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to play a little snippet. We don't own the rights to the music, but we want to play that snippet of this song. Can we just talk about it? That'll be a start. Hashtag make it do what it do. Hashtag responsible. Hashtag communicate for understanding. That was part of whether you know whether you need to let go. Keep on grinding this hashtag. We got this. We love you from our heart. And as we get ready to close out, we all need to get together. Can we talk about it? Check us out at 7:30, the Minister Shannon Show. Can we talk about it? You have an awesome hour or so before we get ready to make it do what it do, and we will. I want to say to you, I love you. It ain't a thing you can do about it. Have an awesome rest of the night, but join us at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can we talk about it? We're going to be talking about all the issues that's challenging us in today's world.
TV on cable with YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.